It's not time for you to be leaving just yet.
Huh? Well, I finished up all my work for the day, so what's wrong with me heading out of the office early and going out for the evening? I have plans to go meet with a friend of mine out on the town and everything. You want to complain about it or something, Angelica?
I don't believe that you're finished with all of your work quite yet, though. You've just gone and forced all the other coworkers to take on your tasks for you. And because of that, a lot of them are thinking that they'll have to stay late again and put in more overtime.
Oh, are you gonna try and preach to me about things this time?
No. This isn't me preaching to you about anything, actually. It's just that, well, you have everyone pretty upset over the fact that you've never actually done any of your own work.
I see. So everyone is going ahead and talking behind my back about me now? That's a little bit of a shock to me, considering I thought all of us were just so close to one another here. I think I'm gonna have to bring this up with my dad now. I'll let him know that I'm being picked on by everyone in this whole department. And as the new manager of this department, I don't think my dad will let you say things like that to me.
No, you really don't have to tell your dad about any of this. We're not trying to pick on you in any way. Rather, it seems to be the opposite way around here. None of us are wanting to do anything to make you feel bad in any way. We just have some concerns about you is all.
So you're telling me that people are not actually talking about me poorly behind my back?
Nobody is talking about you at all in that way, to be fair. None of us have ever been doing that, because we all know to come talk directly to you if we have a serious problem. However, I think that time has started to come, hence me talking with you about it right now. You always seem to want to show up to the office whenever you want and then go home whenever you want. And while in the office, you'll have everyone else in this department do your work for you as you sit there at your desk looking at your phone. We're not saying rumors or anything like that behind your back because we are all way too busy to do so with all your work being left behind.
Oh, so that's how all of you have thought of me this whole time? Well, to spare everyone else the might of my father, I'll only be telling him that you've been saying bad things about me in the office. I'm sure that my dad will become very upset by something like that. He might even have you fired soon. Heck, I could even fire you myself now. Or better yet, I can make you choose between being relocated or having your pay
Mind. I have not been saying anything bad about you, though. I'm just telling you what all of us think about you, and everything has been true thus far. I just want you to know that it's best if you started to do your own work from now on and act a little more serious about your job here.
pay cut in half. What? Now you're mad at me? I'm so scared. I've gone ahead and screenshotted all these messages you've been sending me, so you'd better start packing your things up and get ready to go.
Go right ahead and show him. I'm sure that after seeing how this conversation has gone down, he'll understand things a lot better and act upon them.
You think so? Well, then let's both be prepared. But just know that it's not me who's gonna be fired for this one.
Hey, are you Angelica from the General Affairs Department here?
Yes, that would be me. And who am I speaking to at the moment?
So that must mean you're the one that went out of line and started talking down to the son of the executive director and your new boss. Since you appear to not know a thing about the politics within this company, I'm going to have you moved out to the middle of nowhere to work.
Are you really sure about that?
Work! I want you out of this office right now!
Excuse me, Robert, but from what he told me, your son has shown you those screenshots of the text that had happened between her and I, correct? No, if you had seen...
He sure did show me, and I'm not letting some kind of complete stranger like you go and preach like that to my son all the time.
If you had seen the conversation we'd had, then you would know that what your son has been up to is not okay. I'm not the kind of woman that really likes to preach at all to others about how to do their jobs and such, and that's why this time I chose to just text him about it, so that it would be all in a much more light-hearted fashion.
There is nothing wrong with my son, and even if he was causing problems for anyone in the company, you are all to look away from it and mind your own business.
What? Did you not hear about how he's been pushing all her work off onto other coworkers and then leaving the office to go home whenever he pleases? This is not the kind of situation where all of us can just ignore what he's doing. And the worst part of all this is that he doesn't seem to understand that what he's doing is wrong. He's not even willing to own up to it in any way.
Stop lying to me! My son is a perfect and kind little man! I've heard enough from you now, so get all your things off your desk and leave this office! I'm gonna make you head to that small office out in the middle of the country!
You're going to have me move to another office all because of this? I think you'd best start thinking with your head on straight, Robert. The only reason your son was even hired into this company is because he's related to you, and now he's going around threatening other coworkers and with being fired by himself and his dad. As a working adult, does that not make you or him embarrassed by your guys' actions at all?
Ooh. Did you know that recently this company has been experiencing a lot of theft of materials from within its offices?
I know about that. I was the one that started to make those posters all over the building, warning people to be more careful with their things to avoid them being taken.
The person behind all that theft, it's you, right?
Huh? What are you even talking about?
Right? That's the reason I'm having you moved out to that smaller office in the middle of nowhere and your pay cut. I'm going to tell the company president that right now. I'm not going to tell him a thing about how you went against me and started to make nasty comments toward my son and then preach to him about his job.
Do you even have evidence of me stealing things from this office?
Well, I do happen to have some evidence, actually. I had a camera placed in the break room where I was able to see every corner of it, and I just happened to catch loads of videos of you taking things that are not yours.
You put up a camera in the break room? You do realize that the break rooms are separated between genders for a reason, right? There are shower rooms and everything in there, so that could be a huge problem for you, having put up a camera in there to watch over everyone. But anyway, I have not been the one doing any of that stealing. Could you show me those videos that you've recorded of me?
No way! There happen to be things in it of other employees in this company, and I'd like to keep all that private, of course. So I'm having the videos edited right now to remove all the people who have nothing to do with your crimes. But just know that you are in all of the videos clearly. I know that for a fact because I remember every instance of you stealing things.
This is my first time ever running into someone as awful as you. Are you not embarrassed by the things you're doing right now?
Things. You, even after all of this that I've told you about, you still have the drive to want to fight back? You already know you're finished, so all of this fighting from you is useless, and you're making yourself look like even more of an idiot. Go and clean off your desk right now, and then leave this office before the day is over.
Understood. Are you sure you don't want to talk with the company president about all of this before I leave?
The company president doesn't need to hear from me about how I'm having some low-level employee like you transferred to a worse office with worse pay.
Is that so? Well, all right then.
Hey! Get out of here now! It's too bad for you that you had to be born with only half a brain! Hey, I heard from my dad about everything, you know? He asked for you to get all your things together and get out of the office building. That must have opened your eyes to reality, right? You're a complete disgrace to this company.
I know. Once I've finished up my work for the day, I'm getting all my things together and leaving.
To be honest, I was hoping he'd just fire you on the spot, but my dad is a very nice man, so he let you off the hook by having you moved to that crappy old office building. You should be thankful that he didn't take things any further with you.
If anything, I feel sorry that a company like this had to hire such a man as he is. I suppose it was kind of him to only have me move to a different office out of his sight. I'll enjoy a new place of work now, and hopefully everyone there is a lot better behaved. I've become tired of having to care for the child that was only hired because of her connection to her dad, after all.
Such a pile of crap you are! But since you're going to be moving far away from here, I'll forgive you for that one. Good luck with life out in the middle of nowhere. I hope your life as a thief can be longer lived over in that office.
I'm not a thief, and I haven't been stealing anything from this office.
Right? Lie all you want. You even stole my wallet, right?
Huh? What are you trying to bring up this time?
I even had my wallet stolen by you. I saw it with my own 2 eyes, actually. I'll let my dad know about that before he leaves the office today.
When did I steal that purse of yours from you?
It doesn't really matter when it happened, right? I saw it with my own eyes, so that's all that matters.
If you saw it with your own 2 eyes, then you tell me at the time and place that it happened. If you really happened to see me stealing your purse in person, then you should know what day and time it took place.
It happened this week on Tuesday at 5:30 in the afternoon. At that moment in time, you came over to my desk and took my wallet from me while I was standing down the hallway. And that's when I saw you running off with it. I was on my way back from the toilet and everything. You really are the worst kind of
5:30 in the afternoon, huh? That is a very particular time for you to be able to remember that happening at.
person. Well, of course it is! I have a picture as evidence that I took of it happening, and it says the time it was taken in the picture's info. It says it clear as day, so there's no mistaking it now. You're not going to be able to talk your way out of this one, you thief.
A picture, huh? You're going to find that a lie like that won't be getting you very far. But go ahead and do whatever you want.
I'm gonna do what I like! I hope you find life hard at that other office when everyone there knows you as the corporate thief.
Hey, Angelica, tell me what kind of relationship you have with the company president?
Excuse me? Why do you want to hear that from me all of a sudden?
Right now, he's running all over the office building after coming back from that overseas trip he took, and he's yelling that he's looking for his granddaughter. Are you really the granddaughter of the company president? You...
Well, yes, I am. And what does that have to do with anything?
Why did you never tell me about any of that sooner? So you
Well, had I told everyone that I'm the granddaughter of the company president, everyone in the company would start to treat me way too kindly, right? So I've kept that a secret this whole time in order to keep balance and equality here. And luckily our last names are different from one another, so nobody would have ever been able to tell. And I was able to work free of judgment from anyone else here and do my best in my department.
You really are his granddaughter, so you really are related to the freaking company president. All right. I'd like you to come...
Well, that's what I'm saying now.
You to come back to this office building at once and return to your desk. You know...
Now. Huh?
You no longer have to put in any more time over at that crappy office. Come back here and return to your previous job. You should be able to make it back here before lunch, right?
Huh? What are you going on about right now, Robert? You told me yourself before I left that place that I was never to leave this smaller office ever again, and that I'd be working here for the rest of my life, right?
Right? Well, things have changed drastically.
Right? When you say things have changed, is that because I'm the granddaughter of the company president? I do not want to be treated special because of my connection to him. I'd like to work with my own strength here, and that means I don't have anything to do with my grandpa.
No, that's not what all of this is about. Now just hurry it up and get back here. I don't want this turning into any more of a problem than it already is. I'll go talk with the company president right now and try to calm him down for you.
I'm sorry, but I'm not coming back. I happen to have a lot of work that needs to get done over at this office now.
You are being a real pain in the butt for me now. Do you have any idea what'll happen if the company president catches on to what happened?
I don't care what happens. You're the executive director, so that's going to be your problem, not mine. But of course, he's going to be pissed with what you've done. He happens to hate when things don't happen according to plan, especially when it has to do with one of the higher-ups in the company.
You! I can see that you think you're all special now! This is your last chance. Are you really sure you don't want to come back to this office and make things right for everyone?
Even if I wanted to come back, I can't do it today. I happen to have a lot of work that needs to get done, and I'm not going back until it's all handled.
For frick's sake!
Robert, it appears that you were contacted by the company president. You told him that you had found me to be the one who stole your son's wallet, and that's why you had me kicked out of that office and moved out here.
I did tell him that because it's the truth! The fact that you had the nerve to steal my son's wallet! I even gave you a chance to come back after kicking you out, but you said no to it, so this will all be your fault now!
But you didn't have any evidence of me being the one to steal it, right? I don't think that it was the most brilliant idea trying to paint me as the thief, all just to have a reason to kick me out of there.
Are you trying to smart-mouth me now? You're a freaking idiot, Angelica! Samson happened to see you do it with his own eyes, and that's enough evidence for me. Also, with that camera I placed in the women's break room, I was able to catch you on it stealing, and I know for a fact that's you!
Then could you please tell me when it was that I was in the break room stealing things? You happen to have video evidence of it, correct? That should mean that the time and everything of the incident are on that video recording as well.
I have the time. This Tuesday at 5:30 in the afternoon. The time of all this happening is in the bottom left corner of the video, so there's no mistaking it now. You went into the break room while everyone else was just leaving to get back to work, and you started sifting through people's bags and jackets. You thought that was the perfect chance to get away with it all, right?
I see. Then this means that at 5:30 on Tuesday of this week, I was in the women's break room, right? There are no mistakes with any of that information, right?
Right, that's all correct. No mistakes. I can show you the timestamp and everything on the video recording later if you want. But it seems that your plan to steal everyone's things was never going to work out for you, huh? If you really want to think that this video is edited in some way to make you look as though you stole those things, remember that I was in the group of women walking out of there, and I didn't see you leaving the break room, so you were definitely behind all of this. Huh? Why are you asking?
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but did you talk with Samson at all about the time that video recording of me stealing things from the break room took place?
You asking me that? Huh?
Well, it just seems to me that there is something not quite right with all of this. From what Samson was telling me about me stealing his wallet, he said it took place at 5:30 in the afternoon on Tuesday. That's apparently when I went to his desk and stole his wallet. And if you think that I'm mistaken, he told me he took a picture of me stealing his wallet and all, and the time on it says 5:30. But even with that detail, you are telling me that all that time I was in the women's break room stealing from them? How was I in two completely different parts of the office building at the same time?
What? Wait a moment, I'm gonna have a talk with him.
Sure, go right ahead.
Hey, Samson, why did you not explain things to Angelica like we had both discussed? I told you that at 5:30 I'd be saying she was in the women's break room stealing things, right?
Huh? No, I thought we agreed that at that time she was going to be in my office stealing my wallet off my desk.
I never agreed to you saying she was stealing your wallet at that time.
This is your fault this time, Dad. Why are you going to try and blame me for you not telling her the right times we'd planned on? You were the one that messed up this time. You told me that we'd be able to do all of this easily and make her look like the thief so that we could get her out of this office without being caught.
And that's still the plan. I have been trying to help you get rid of her by painting her as the thief.
You're not helping me out, though. You totally forgot about the times we had agreed on.
But I had explained to you before how I have her recorded on the camera I placed in the women's break room and everything, right?
I never heard about all that from you. Are you kidding me? What are you doing? The only time we weren't going to have an alibi from the other members of this department was during the time I was with Angelica, right? And that all took place at 5:30, so you were supposed to give a time besides that. Now, when they're questioning me on why she was in 2 different locations at 5:30, they're going to find a hole in our lies and blame me.
You'll be all right. They haven't started looking for anyone just yet who is behind this, and they haven't even began asking for all the evidence we have. Now, for the time being, leave all of this up to me, and just stand by and wait for me to be finished with it, okay? Okay?
Huh? Are you trying to say that I'm getting in your way now?
Wait, that's not what I said.
Telling your own son to sit one out while you go and handle everything alone is the worst! Whatever, I don't care what happens to you now.
Robert!
Hey, you happen to be the granddaughter of the company president, right? I don't happen to have the phone number of the company president on me, so I'm gonna tell you this so that you can tell him. The man that's been behind all of the theft within the company is my dad, Robert.
Excuse me? What do you mean by that?
I just told you what I mean. The man that's been going around stealing everything here is the executive director, my dad.
But you were saying before that you saw me with your own eyes stealing your wallet out of your office, right? You are starting to contradict what you've said before now.
I happened to make a mistake then. You and my dad happen to look very similar after all. Anyway, I want you to tell the company president everything I just said to you. Understood?
I do not want to become involved in whatever fight you're having with your father at the moment. And really, you don't have to worry about what's been going on with the company anymore, because the 2 of you will be getting fired here shortly. So maybe it's best you both just forget about whatever plan you've made to have a reason for me to be kicked out of that office and just make up.
Stood. Huh? Why do I have to be fired as well?
Well, that's because you've been the one going around the office buildings, stealing people's things from them. Let me tell you right now, everyone here has seen you stealing things off of their desks and out of their bags. That's why during these past few days, I've been going around gathering evidence of it and making an investigation. You did know that there are security cameras all over the office building's interior, right? Besides the break rooms, of course.
Oh. Huh? Security cameras? There are security cameras all over this office building's interior?
Yes, of course. And your father, the one who is the executive director for that office building, should have been aware of that as well. And, well, on multiple of those cameras, we have video evidence of you stealing. And, of course, the company president has watched through all the recordings.
Interior? Lies. These are lies, right?
None of this is a lie. You are most likely going to be sued by multiple different people for this now, so I'd suggest you find yourself a really good lawyer. But if you don't want that, then maybe you need to start giving everything you've stolen back to the victims.
Right? Well, it's not a problem for me. I still have my dad around to help me out of this.
Interesting. You were just going on about how he's been the one behind all of this, and now you want his help defending you?
Yes. My dad is a very kind man, so he'll forgive me for this. What? He's not answering his phone. What's going on here?
Did he go ahead and send you straight to voicemail or something? I'm sorry, but the company president has already gone and dealt with your father.
What do you mean? Then what am I going to do about this?
Well, now that your father, whose position you abused, is no longer around, there is nothing you can do. I think the first thing you can try doing is going up to everyone you stole from and try apologizing to them.
Shut up! I'm going to go and find my dad right now!
Angelica, I'm so sorry about so many things. Out of my own selfish anger, I had you relocated to another office building and your pay reduced. And I also tried to paint you as the thief.
That's right. And these apologies from you are well deserved. But being moved to another office building isn't that much of a problem for me. Everyone that's working out at this location are very nice people, and they've all been teaching me all sorts of things that even I never knew about the company. And the best part of it all out here is that there is nobody like your son here who was brought into the company because they're family and never get any work done and then turned into my new boss.
I can't really say anything to that now.
I know that. Now, is that all you have to say? You're not going to ask me to say anything to my grandpa as a way of having him pardon you or anything?
No, this was just meant to be me apologizing to you. I'm going to be leaving this company now, and on my way out, I'm going to apologize to every single person here for what I've done.
Well, if that's how you're handling things right now, then that must mean the company president tore into you pretty well, right?
I understand completely now why he was that mad with me. He was not going to take any of my crap from me, and he made that very clear. Just a bit ago, Samson ran into the room while he was yelling at me, and after he asked for me to leave his office, I could hear him tearing Samson a new one from the other side of the door. And when everything went quiet, the door opened and Samson walked out looking like a zombie. That's the first time I've ever seen anything like that.
All right. Not even I'm able to picture how upset my grandpa must have been with you both, and I happen to be his family. At home, he's yelled at my mom and dad all the time, but never in a way that zombified them. But of course, I am his granddaughter, and he'd never ever want to yell at me about anything at home. However, that doesn't mean he wouldn't yell at me like that when I'm one of his employees and I've screwed up as bad as your son and you have.
Well, anyway, know that I really am sorry about what happened. I promise that my son and I will never show up to this company again. That is a promise, okay?
All right, please do that. The company was made by my grandpa, and to me, it's a very important place. And so having two people as selfish and crazy as you around here will not be tolerated ever again, and I'll make sure of it. Goodbye. After that, both Robert and his son, Samson, were fired from the company and kicked out of the office building. The once prestigious position they held now seemed like a distant memory. The company president, a man who had always prided himself on maintaining control and order within his organization, had finally reached his breaking point. The chaos and corruption that had been allowed to fester under Robert and Samson's reign were far too much for him to ignore any longer. The financial scandal that had been uncovered was vast, and it had come to light that Samson had been misappropriating funds, skimming off money that belonged to the victims of the company's numerous shady dealings. He had failed to pay compensation to those who had been wronged, and when he was confronted with his debt, he showed little remorse or understanding for the severity of the situation. In fact, when the time came for Samson to make amends and pay back the victims, he was entirely indifferent. Instead of taking responsibility for his actions, Samson had the audacity to approach his father, Robert, and ask him to pay the entire sum. Robert, who had once spoiled his son without a second thought, was now faced with a difficult decision. For years he had always bailed Samson out of trouble, giving him whatever he needed to stay afloat. But something inside Robert had shifted. He realized that he could no longer enable his son's reckless behavior. Nor could he continue to allow him to live without facing the consequences of his actions. When Samson came to him, expecting yet another handout, Robert flatly refused. "No," he said firmly, "you need to learn the consequences of your actions. I can't help you this time." Samson, furious and desperate, had no choice but to take matters into his own hands. With no other options, he turned to a network of shady lenders, borrowing vast sums of money to pay back all the victims. He was now drowning in debt, with no clear way to climb out of the hole he had dug for himself. His once carefree lifestyle had come to a crashing halt, and it was clear that he was going to have to live with the weight of his decisions for a long time. The fallout from their firing was nothing short of catastrophic for both Robert and Samson. They had been public figures, seen as pillars of the company and the community, but now they were nothing more than cautionary tales. The company president, in an unexpected move, reached out to express his regret. A few days after the father and son were fired, he issued a public apology for not having seen the corruption that had been brewing under his nose. He acknowledged his failure as a leader and vowed to create a safer, more open workplace where employees could voice their concerns without fear of retaliation from higher-ups. Meanwhile, things between Robert and Samson began to deteriorate rapidly. Neither of them could bear to face the world that had once admired them. The shame and guilt weighed heavily on their relationship, and they began to distance themselves from each other. Robert, now a man with nothing left, retreated into himself. He sequestered himself in his house, unable to face the public eye or even leave his home. He feared the stares, the whispers, and the judgment of others. For weeks he hardly left the house, spending his days in isolation, stewing in regret and self-pity. He no longer had the comfort of knowing that his wealth and power could shield him from the consequences of his actions. The walls of his home became his prison. Samson, on the other hand, found himself working the night shift. It was a far cry from the corporate job he had once known, but he had no other choice. He worked jobs that most men his age would have been too afraid to take on. The hours were long and the work was grueling, but it was the only way he could begin to pay off the enormous debt he had accumulated. His once high-flying lifestyle, full of luxury and excess, was now a distant memory. He had to learn to survive in a world that didn't care about his last name or his family connections. Back at the company, things began to change in the wake of Robert and Samson's departure. The employees, who had long been uncomfortable with the toxic atmosphere created by the father and son duo, began to breathe a sigh of relief. Without Robert and Samson around, the workplace became more relaxed, and the pressure that had once been so oppressive was finally lifted. People felt free to speak their minds without the constant fear of retaliation. The work environment became more collaborative, and morale improved significantly. The company president's apology, while unexpected, was genuine. He took full responsibility for allowing the situation to spiral out of control, and he promised to make the necessary changes to ensure that something like this would never happen again. He vowed to implement systems that would promote transparency, accountability, and open communication at all levels of the company. It was a long overdue shift in culture, one that many employees had been hoping for, but it was clear that it had come far too late for Robert and Samson. Several weeks later, I was approached by my grandfather, the company president. He asked me if I would consider returning to the head office to work there again. His voice was warm, but there was a hint of concern in his tone. After all that had happened, I knew that everyone in the office knew that I was his granddaughter, and that made me hesitant. I had seen how toxic the atmosphere had become during Robert and Samson's reign, and I knew that people would view me differently because of my connection to the company president. I didn't want to be treated any differently from the other employees, and I didn't want to deal with the rumors and whispers that would inevitably follow me around. So I told my grandfather no. I explained that I would much rather continue working out in the countryside where people didn't know about my connections to the company, and where I could just be myself. The people there were kinder, more down to earth, and they treated me with respect because of who I was, not who I was related to. I don't want to work in a place where I'm treated any better because of my connections, I told him. I want to keep working hard on my own merits. I want to earn my place and prove that I'm capable. One day I hope to be in your position as company president, but only if I truly deserve it. My grandfather looked at me for a moment, and then he nodded. He understood. He had always been a man who valued hard work and dedication, and he knew that my decision was based on those principles. I'm proud of you, he said. I know you'll go far, and I'll support you no matter where you choose to work. And so I continued my work in the countryside, content with the decision that I had made. I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but I was determined to prove myself on my own terms. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Get out of my house! Stop coming and going as you please. Why are you even here? Nobody needs you anymore anyway. Stop pretending to be my mom. You're just a housekeeper who got lucky. Lily, I just got back from grocery shopping. I bought those snacks you mentioned last week. Lily, please stop talking that way. Yes, I used to be a housekeeper, but now I'm your stepmom. I know this transition hasn't been easy for you. It's been 3 years and you still haven't accepted me? 3 years or 30 years, it doesn't matter. You'll always be the woman who ruined my family. You're the reason my mom got kicked out of our house. I don't know how you have the nerve to hang around here. Did you think buying me snacks would make me like you? Pathetic. What are you talking about? Your dad and mom were already separated and in divorce mediation before I came along. I didn't even meet your father until months after they filed for divorce. You're mistaken if you think I'm the reason they split up. That's not what Mom told me. She said you were sniffing around Dad while they were still together. Mistaken or not, that's how I see it. Every time I see your face, I remember how my family fell apart. Dad's too busy to pay attention to you anyway, so why don't you just leave? Is his money worth putting up with being unwanted? Having someone with your IQ in my house literally makes me sick. Your mother is entitled to her version of events, but it's simply not true. How can you talk like that? I understand you're hurting, but insulting me won't fix anything. Don't you think you're being extremely disrespectful? What's disrespectful about it? They're facts. You dropped out of high school and all you know is housekeeping. Did you even pass basic math, or did you drop out before you could count? Meanwhile, I'm studying law at one of the top universities in the country. So you're looking down on me because I didn't finish high school? Do you think education is the only measure of intelligence? Is law school that prestigious to you? A degree alone won't feed you. I built a successful business from nothing. That requires intelligence too. You need to learn some basic professional etiquette before you can enter society. A cleaning business? Please, anyone can scrub toilets. I can't deal with getting lectured by someone with your education level. I'm literally studying to become a lawyer. You have nothing to teach me. Just leave already. You're an eyesore. I don't care if you're the legendary housekeeper or whatever. You just manipulated my dad. He was vulnerable after the divorce and you swooped in. That's not what happened at all. Your father is a grown man who makes his own decisions. We just fell in love. Jake, Lily still seems to misunderstand. She thinks I'm the reason you and her mom got divorced. Which isn't true at all. Can you please talk to her? This has been going on for a while now.
I saw the text. I'm sorry she's being like this again. Just leave her be. It's probably just teenage emotional instability. She's still adjusting to everything.
Jake, she's 20 years old. That's not teenage instability anymore.
I know your kindness bothers you, but there's no real harm. It's best to ignore it. She'll come around eventually.
That's easy for you to say, but I'm getting tired of being insulted all the time. This has been going on for 3 years. Being called stupid because I didn't finish high school, even at my age. It hurts. I feel like I'm walking on eggshells in my own home.
I understand. I'll talk to her about it. Maybe I should take her out to lunch and have a serious conversation. I'm sorry I haven't had time to intervene because of work. Company's been demanding all my attention lately.
Your company hasn't been doing well lately, right? You've been coming home later and looking stressed. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Things are worse than I've let on. We may have a cash flow problem soon. I didn't want to rely on you, but I might have to. Is there any way you could help with some of our expenses for a while?
Of course. Why didn't you tell me sooner? We're married after all. Your problems are my problems.
Thank you. I'm sorry for being so unreliable. I should be handling the situation with Lily myself. And I should be able to provide for our family without asking for help.
It's okay. I know it's tough. That's what partners are for. I'll try to manage things with Lily on my end, including her tuition for this semester.
You're amazing. I don't know what I'd do without you.
I'm throwing out your stuff if it's still here when I get home today. I already put some of your clothes in garbage bags. Just leave already. You're seriously an eyesore. Dad would be better off without you dragging him down. Excuse me? You did what with my clothes? That's crossing a serious line, Lily. That's my home too. Enough is enough. What are you going to do about it? Tell Dad? He's always too busy to deal with our little squabbles. I'm seriously going to throw your stuff out. Mom says she wants to come back home. So I'm getting things ready for her. What? Your mother wants to come back? When did you speak to her? Jake hasn't said anything to me about this. Are you making this up? Mom texted me yesterday. We've been talking. Dad doesn't matter. This is Mom's and my house, too. Mom had a hard time after being kicked out. But things have settled down, so she wants to come back. She says she misses our old life together. Hard time? Your dad is the one who had it rough. Do you even know why they divorced? Huh? What are you talking about? Dad got bored and wanted someone younger. That's what Mom told me. First of all, you haven't talked to your mom in forever. Don't you find it suspicious she's suddenly contacting you? And I'm hardly younger than your mother. We're basically the same age. Mom has her reasons, okay? She's been going through some stuff. You don't understand anything, so just shut up. Stop trying to poison me against my own mother. You're really going that far. For 3 years, I've tried to be someone you could like. I've made every effort to build a good relationship. I've cooked your favorite meals, helped with your homework, attended your school events. But it was all pointless. I see that now. I can't keep trying when you're threatening to throw away my belongings. It's exhausting. Having to pretend to be grateful for your mediocre cooking. As if anyone would like a high school dropout with no brain. You came for Dad's money, so just disappear, you gold-digging trash. Though I guess there isn't much money left to dig for. I've told you to watch your language, but it seems pointless to say anything to you anymore. I've reached my limit with your disrespect. Because nothing you say means anything. A high school dropout outsider shouldn't act like my mom. Stay away from me. I'm a law school elite. I don't need parenting from someone who couldn't even finish basic education. Then I guess you don't need tuition support either. Since you're such an elite, you can handle that yourself. Don't need it. Were you even supporting me? I don't feel like you were. You've never done anything for me. Acting all high and mighty. Dad pays for everything. He always has. You're right. The annual $12,000 tuition isn't a big deal, right? You probably have that much saved up from your part-time job at the cafe. Huh? What are you talking about? What $12,000? So for you and your birth mother, $12,000 is nothing, right? The amount I've been paying for your tuition each year. The money that comes from my stupid cleaning business. Well then, from now on, I'm completely stepping back. You're a total stranger to me now. That's how I'll think of you. Since you've made it clear that's how you see me. Good. I don't know what this $12,000 thing is about, but you've always been a stranger to me anyway. You're just making stuff up now to seem important. Dad would never let you pay my tuition. Right. So I'll think of you that way too, but don't come to the house anymore, okay? Your key won't work anyway. I'm changing the locks tomorrow. Huh? What do you mean? You can't keep me out of my own house. Jake and I will be living in the apartment now, so you can go to your birth mother's place. Since you two are so close now and she wants to come back, I'm sure she'll be happy to have you. You're finally showing your true colors. That's it, right? You're kicking me out to steal Dad's money. I knew you were just after his money all along. What are you talking about? This place was originally rented for us, and you were supposed to live on your own. You were the one who insisted on staying here instead of campus housing. You can't kick me out even if you wanted to. Actually, I'm the one paying rent, so if I get kicked out, no one can live here. Including you. Huh? What do you mean? You pay the rent? No way. Dad wouldn't let you do that. You think you can kick me out and bring your mom in? The adult world isn't that simple. Leases have names on them. This one has mine. Your dad wouldn't go along with that anyway. Jake wants to be with me. Not your mother who nearly destroyed his company. What? Dad would choose you over me and Mom? No way, you're lying. What do you mean Mom destroyed his company? If you think I'm lying, why don't you ask him directly? Jake won't be ambiguous anymore, I think. I'm making my position clear too. I'm done being your emotional punching bag. Strangers need to leave our home. Pack your things by the weekend. What's with that attitude? You're really pissing me off. You can't just decide this on your own. Wait until Dad hears about this. Whatever. I'll live with Mom. She actually loves me, unlike you two. Dad can wake up whenever you've scammed all his money. He'll realize what a mistake he made choosing you.
Scam his money? Your dad doesn't have that kind of money to begin with. His company has been struggling financially for months.
Huh? What do you mean? Dad's company is huge. He's always had money.
That's our business. But you should know your mother is partly responsible for your father's current situation. Well, goodbye. Take care. As you wished, let's cut all ties. I hope your mother can support you now.
Hey, the school handed me a tuition notice. They say it's unpaid and I need to pay. What's going on? They're saying if I don't pay by next week, I'll be dropped from my classes. Are you there?
Who is this? I thought we became strangers with no contact. Why are you texting me? We're strangers, remember? As you so clearly wanted.
Look, I don't care about that petty stuff right now. Just answer me. This is serious. They're threatening to drop me from law school. Isn't tuition paid from Dad's account? Did you stop it? Did you tell Dad not to pay my tuition to get back at me?
I've been paying your tuition all this time. Not your father. His company hasn't had the resources to cover it for over a year.
That's way too much of a joke. There's no way that's true. You're just saying that to mess with me.
Think what you want, but that's the fact. Check with the school if you don't believe me. Ask who's been making the payments. Just last week, actually. Your semester tuition was due. But since you wanted to be strangers, I figured I didn't need to pay it anymore. Strangers who don't pay each other's tuition bills.
Wait, so you deliberately didn't pay? You knew this would happen? How could you do this to me?
Of course. I can't just casually drop $6,000 on a stranger. Especially one who treats me like dirt and threatens to throw out my belongings. I've been using my savings from when I was the legendary housekeeper to pay your tuition all this time. While you mocked my profession and education.
What? Are you serious? Why would you do that?
The only reason you could attend that expensive private university is because the stupid dropout you've been mocking has been paying your tuition from her hard-earned savings. Surprised? I did it because I care about your future, even when you treated me horribly. But everyone has their breaking point.
You're lying. I can't believe this. Dad would never let you pay for me. He has his pride. This has to be some kind of sick joke.
If you think I'm lying, ask your dad. I'm sure you'll run crying to him when you can't pay tuition. Or try asking your mom. Though I doubt she has any money to spare. She's been struggling since the divorce settlement.
This makes no sense. I don't believe anything you say. I'm calling Dad right now to sort this out.
Believe what you want. The truth is the truth, whether you believe it or not. Don't contact me anymore. Oh, and I changed the locks, so don't try coming back to the house. Your things are packed in boxes by the door if you need them.
You're seriously pissing me off. You're the worst. I can't believe Dad married someone like you.
Goodbye, then. Good luck with law school.
I asked Dad for tuition money and he refused. He confirmed what you said. He can't pay it. I thought he was paying the full amount all along. I had no idea you were paying. I don't know what to do now.
I told you. Why do you keep contacting me after saying we're strangers? So persistent. Find another solution that doesn't involve me.
Plus, he said the business is doing badly, so he can't pay. And if you're mad at me, there's no way he can help. He looks so stressed. What happened to his company? It used to be so successful.
Of course. His company is struggling because of your mom, and I was just thinking it's about time I stepped in to help. I've been holding back because I was focused on supporting you. But now I can redirect those resources.
Help how? What can a high school dropout like you do? Sorry, that came out wrong. I'm just frustrated. But seriously, how can you help a whole company?
You're still mocking my education at this point? After learning I've been paying your tuition? I created my own housekeeping business and became famous as the legendary housekeeper. In other words, I have connections to big players in the industry. CEOs trust me in their homes. I know people who can help your father's business.
Huh? Despite dropping out? I didn't know your business was that successful.
It's not just about education. Success doesn't depend on that alone. Hard work, integrity, and building relationships matter too. Your mom embezzled money from your dad's company, causing it to decline. That's why your dad kicked her out. He had to, or he would have been buried in debt. She blamed me for it. You've been making assumptions, but if you'd been a little more level-headed and considered the situation, things might have been different. Now you know the truth.
What's that about? I had no idea. Mom embezzled money? That can't be true. Why didn't Dad ever tell me?
So basically, you need to support yourself from now on. I'm a stranger now, so obviously I won't help. Your dad basically has no financial flexibility, so he can't support you. Have you tried asking your birth mother? Since she wants to come back and all.
I contacted her and she read it, but she's not responding. I've sent her 5 messages since yesterday. She was so eager to talk before, but now she's gone silent.
Just as I thought. She only reached out when she thought she could use you. Now that you need her, she's disappeared.
She seemed happy when I said we could live together, but when I asked where she lives, she wouldn't tell me. I'm staying at a friend's place now. Her couch isn't comfortable, but at least I have somewhere to sleep.
Good that you have friends. Now that you understand you need to pay your own tuition, work hard towards independence. That's part of becoming an adult. Good luck.
Emma, please help me. I know I have no right to ask, but I'm desperate. Please.
Who is this? I don't recognize this number.
We can drop that act now. You couldn't have forgotten me. It's Lily.
Oh, the self-centered stepdaughter, Lily. You've been quiet lately, so I thought you were working hard on being independent. What do you want?
Something terrible happened. Since you and Dad wouldn't pay my tuition, I tried to find a quick way to make money. I started working part-time, but balancing it with studies was tough, so I wanted a faster way to earn cash. I made a really stupid decision.
That's some pretty short-sighted thinking. But I'm listening. What happened?
I tried to create controversy online to make money, posting inflammatory content. I thought I could get famous quickly and make money from sponsorships.
What? I don't even understand what you're saying. You tried to become an internet celebrity by being controversial?
Basically, I tried to start drama for money by making accounts to post nasty stuff, thinking I wouldn't get caught, but I got caught right away. I said some really awful things about certain groups, and someone recognized my writing style.
Wait, what? That's an incredibly poor decision for someone studying law. Did you not think about the consequences?
Apparently, someone from the law firm where I was supposed to intern saw those posts, and now my internship is canceled. They said my online behavior was unbecoming of a future legal professional and showed poor judgment and character.
That sounds like you brought this on yourself. That's a natural consequence of your actions. What did you expect would happen?
So anyway, that's what happened. I have no money, no internship, I got fired from my part-time job, and I can't pay tuition. My friend is asking me to find somewhere else to stay too. What should I do? I'm screwed. My whole future is falling apart.
Why are you coming to me with this? You made it clear we're strangers. This seems like a personal problem.
Emma, you have money, right? You could help me if you wanted to. I know I've been terrible to you, but please.
So you mock me, call me stupid, look down on me, try to throw out my stuff and kick me out. And you think I'll help you? That's quite presumptuous.
You'll help me, right? I'm Dad's daughter, after all. Which means I'm your daughter, too. Family helps family.
After constantly calling me a stranger and insulting me, you only come asking for help when it's convenient for you. You're not just failing as a professional, but as a human being. Now suddenly I'm family? That's not how relationships work, Lily.
Hey! Wow. You're going that far? Are you really going to let me lose everything over some hurt feelings?
You finally understand who made it possible for you to live normally as a college student, right? So reflect on your actions, regret them, and figure out how to move forward on your own. This isn't about hurt feelings, it's about respect and consequences. You're an adult, act like one.
Wait, Emma. I didn't know. I was confused about a lot of things, and nobody cleared up my misunderstandings. I really thought you were the reason my parents divorced, so I was upset and said nasty things, but I didn't truly mean them. I was just lashing out because I was hurt. I'm sorry. I really regret it. Can you please help me a little? I want to keep going to college. I'll make it up to you, I promise.
I refuse. Your apology sounds like it's motivated by your need for money, not genuine remorse.
Huh? Why? Isn't this where you're supposed to agree? I apologized.
I don't know what you're talking about, but for me, this is over. Our relationship is strictly as strangers now, so I have no obligation to help you. Your actions have consequences. This is one of them.
Please wait. I have no one else to turn to. You understand, right? I just need to borrow some money. At least enough for this semester's tuition and some living expenses. I'll pay you back when I graduate and get a job.
Don't mess with me, you spoiled brat.
Huh? Emma?
You've been disrespectful this whole time, and then you go and do something stupid that costs you your internship. You brought this on yourself. You can't go to the internship anyway. If you can't pay tuition, you won't be a student anymore. These are all direct results of your choices.
That's why I'm asking for help. I made a mistake. People make mistakes. Please, Emma, I'm begging you.
What I'm saying is this is all your own doing. You caused this mess, so you need to take responsibility and clean it up yourself. Don't come crying to me about it. Maybe this is the wake-up call you need. So truly, goodbye this time. Don't contact me again until you learn to stand on your own and respect others.
Thanks to your help, the company's recovered, and our anniversary's coming up. Should we celebrate somewhere? I'm thinking of that nice restaurant by the beach.
I'm glad. If I could help even a little, that makes me happy. The contacts from my cleaning business really came through. Looking forward to dinner. The beach restaurant sounds perfect.
About Lily? She's taking a break from school and seriously working to save money. She said she's aiming to return to school. She's working 2 jobs now.
Is that so? That's good. It's not easy, but she'll learn valuable lessons. If she needs it, maybe introduce her to some night schools she could visit. That might be easier to manage while working. If she has dreams, she should pursue them. Just maybe with a bit more humility now.
Emma, thank you so much for everything you've done for our family.
For what? If anything, I feel like I might have done something I shouldn't have. I got angry at her attitude, but she's your precious daughter. I understand wanting her to have a good education. So I was secretly supporting her, but I stopped, and I was worried that might have been hard on you, Jake.
You were thinking about that too? I'm kind of embarrassed about myself. I should have been more involved. I'm grateful about Lily. The fact that she realized she needed to be independent and handle things herself is because you finally woke her up. My ex-wife poisoned Lily's mind, which made you suffer. Lily wasn't originally such a bad kid. But I think our divorce was shocking for her. She developed a twisted perspective. I should have set her straight years ago.
I understand. It was tough back then. Jake couldn't really be there for Lily, so hopefully things will improve from here. You had your own struggles to deal with.
I think they already are. At least my company's recovering, and Lily has recognized her mistakes and said she wants to properly apologize to you someday. She's been asking about you.
Let's hold off on that. I think I'll keep my distance for now. She needs to learn independence first. But I'm happy you said that. It shows she's growing. Let's continue supporting each other. And focus on getting your company back on stable ground.
You're right, as always. She needs to learn on her own. I'm just glad you're still here with me through all this.
Emma, it's me again. I know you asked me not to contact you until I learned to stand on my own. I think I'm getting there.
Hello, Lily. I've heard from your father that you've been working hard.
I have been. 2 jobs plus night classes. It's exhausting, but I think I'm learning important lessons. The convenience store manager just promoted me to shift supervisor.
That's impressive. Congratulations. How are the night classes going?
Challenging, but good. The professors are understanding of my work schedule. I've saved almost enough for next semester's tuition. Not at my old university, of course. Something more affordable.
That shows a lot of maturity, choosing something within your means.
I wanted to thank you for not helping me when I asked. As weird as that sounds.
What do you mean?
If you had bailed me out, I would have learned nothing. I needed to face the consequences of my actions. I'm still embarrassed about how I treated you all those years.
We all make mistakes, Lily. The important thing is learning from them.
I'd like to meet sometime when you're ready. No expectations, just to talk properly.
I think that could be arranged. Maybe coffee next weekend. Your father would be happy to see us getting along.
I'd like that. Thank you, Emma. And I truly am sorry for everything.
I know. Let's move forward from here. The other day, Lily, who once took a leave of absence and now attends night school while working at a convenience store, came to our home. Her once arrogant attitude was gone, and she bowed her head with a tired face. Seeing her apologize while kneeling made my heart ache. Her behavior back then was certainly inexcusable, but young Lily still has a long life ahead of her. Her birth mother refused to help, and Jake's company couldn't support her due to financial troubles, so Lily's options kept narrowing. This was society's punishment for her arrogant attitude of looking down on others. I didn't need to do anything special. Society itself proved how distorted her values were. I won't forgive her immediately, but depending on her attitude going forward, we might gradually improve our relationship. For now, I want to see her stand on her own before deciding. Until then, I'll watch from a distance and observe her true feelings. As long as her connection to Jake remains, our relationship continues too. I can only pray that she realizes her mistakes and improves.
Sarah, I heard from Tom that you received vouchers for an overseas luxury resort hotel.
Yes, Amy, I already told the family, but we need to buy plane tickets, and the stay dates are fixed.
Then let's clear our schedule and go as a family. Your parents have been having back pain lately, so long flights would be hard for them. Jake would be thrilled for his first trip abroad, too.
Really? But I thought Jake didn't like me.
Is that so? Well, he's a teenager going through puberty, probably just taking out his frustrations on his sweet aunt. He's a cute nephew. Please forgive him.
I suppose, but I still have other concerns. Amy, I won't forgive you if you repeat what you did in the past.
I understand completely.
Are you sure? Last time I trusted you with something, it didn't end well for me.
That was different. I've grown since then, I promise.
I want to believe you, but your track record isn't great.
Looking back, I realize I caused you a lot of trouble back then. Sarah, I assumed you had plenty of free time because you're a novelist. I'm truly sorry.
Well, if you're genuinely sorry, that's good.
I really am sorry. So can I arrange your plane ticket for you this time? I'll pay for it myself. It's my way of making up for the past. You're providing the hotel vouchers after all. Is it okay?
I see. All right, I'll leave it to you.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Just to be clear, you'll book my ticket along with everyone else's, right?
Of course. Don't worry about a thing.
I'm placing my trust in you, Amy. Don't make me regret it.
You won't. I'll send you the confirmation as soon as I book them.
That would be reassuring. When are you planning to book?
I'll do it tomorrow. I promise I won't forget yours.
All right, I'm looking forward to this trip. It'll be good for all of us to spend time together.
Absolutely. It's going to be amazing.
Jake, it's been a while. Have you heard about our trip abroad? It's your first international trip, so you might be nervous, but feel free to ask me anything.
What? I told you to talk to Mom if you have something to say to me.
I'm sorry, I just thought I should properly talk to you about this.
This is annoying. Stop trying to use me to get on Dad's good side. Are you jealous that Dad works at a big company and has money? I've always thought that must be why you want to be so friendly with us.
Excuse me? That's not my intention at all.
Don't play dumb. I heard from Mom. When you used to come to our house all the time, you were always complaining to Mom and bullying her despite being an outsider.
I never bullied her. Did your mom say that? That's strange.
That's what abusers do, you know. They're not even aware of what they're doing. Do you think you can be forgiven for it? You were writing unsuccessful novels and taking out your stress on Mom. You'd come over all the time claiming you were looking after me. I asked Dad and he didn't deny it, so it must be true.
I see, but I think there are some misunderstandings.
Like what? Mom told me everything.
Things aren't always as simple as they seem, Jake.
I don't care. Mom wouldn't lie to me.
Everyone has their own perspective. Maybe someday we can talk about it properly.
I don't want to talk about anything with you.
I understand your point, Jake. If you dislike me, I won't force conversations with you on the day of the trip.
Please don't. I have nothing to talk to you about.
I hope you at least enjoy the trip. It's a beautiful place.
Whatever. Just stay away from me when we're there.
I'll respect your space, Jake.
Good. That's all I want.
Hey, what's going on? Why am I the only one without a plane ticket?
I just told you. I realized at the last minute that I forgot to buy your ticket. The whole family was laughing about it. It was pretty funny. Guess you're on house sitting duty.
This is beyond a joke. You asked to see the hotel vouchers, then snatched them from my hands. And now you're saying you forgot my plane ticket? You did this on purpose.
Don't make it sound so bad. It's no big deal. You just had bad luck, Sarah.
Amy, we discussed this specifically. You promised you'd book my ticket.
Did I? I must have forgotten. We've been so busy preparing for the trip.
That's a convenient excuse. You've had weeks to book the tickets.
Don't be so dramatic. It's just a little mistake.
Getting hotel vouchers and then leaving just me behind? That's not making amends. It's harassment. Aren't you going too far?
What? Are you telling us not to go? That's so cold. What's the problem? Consider it a gift from you to our family. Money really does make people petty. Novelists must be poor, which is why you have no room in your heart for generosity.
Excuse me?
You heard me. Why can't you just be happy for us?
Because you deliberately excluded me. This was planned.
Tom says you'll forgive us anyway.
So my brother is in on this too? I should have known.
He thinks you're overreacting. It's just a trip.
I'm truly speechless. My brother hasn't changed a bit. Let me ask you one last thing. Will you be okay without me? You won't regret this, right?
Of course not. You'd just be in the way. Thanks for giving us some quality time, Sarah. This trip is family only.
Family only? I am family, Amy.
You know what I mean. Real family, the three of us.
I see. Well, enjoy your trip then. I hope it's everything you imagined.
We will. Don't wait up. Sarah, what's going on? Why can't we check into the hotel? I was looking forward to enjoying this super luxury resort. The receptionist says even with the vouchers, we can't check in without you.
Of course not. Those vouchers were prepared for award ceremony participants.
What? What are you talking about? What award ceremony?
You didn't know? I thought Tom would have told you.
Told me what? Just explain.
Actually, I won an award for a novel I wrote last year. The ceremony is tomorrow. The organizers splurged and decided to hold it overseas again this year. That's why the dates were fixed, and unless specifically requested otherwise, those vouchers can't be used without me present. Apparently, there were issues with reselling in the past, and this is their countermeasure.
Why didn't you tell us this beforehand?
I told Tom, he just didn't tell you. Oh, but I might have forgotten to mention that the vouchers couldn't be used without me. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in this ridiculous situation.
That's terrible! Shouldn't you have told me such important information directly?
Shouldn't you have checked the number of tickets and informed me earlier? Though I suspect you forgot to buy mine on purpose.
This isn't the time for accusations. We're stuck in a foreign country with nowhere to stay.
That sounds like a personal problem, Amy.
Anyway, please explain the situation to them. It's impossible to find another hotel in a foreign country, and it would be such a waste of money.
Not my problem. Oh, and I'm scheduled to fly there tomorrow.
What? You had a plane ticket?
Did you think I'd let myself be taken advantage of again? I took precautions. It's unfortunate I can't stay there tonight, but I'll make it in time for the award ceremony, so it's fine.
You knew this would happen? Why didn't you say anything?
And missed seeing you get what you deserve? Not a chance.
What are we supposed to do?
I don't know. Either way, I can't get there today. Find some kind person to let you stay with them. Can you speak the language? Well, with smartphones, you'll manage somehow.
This is ridiculous. You can't just leave us stranded.
Like you were going to leave me stranded at home? Funny how that works.
Don't you feel sorry for Jake, you heartless person?
I could say the same to you. Remember what I said? I won't forgive you if you repeat what you did in the past.
Sarah, please. We need your help.
I'll see you tomorrow at the ceremony. Good luck finding somewhere to stay tonight.
Jake, where did you go? I told you not to leave my side because it's dangerous abroad. Things are difficult enough without you causing more trouble.
I'm with Aunt Sarah now.
What?
We're at the ceremony venue. It's amazing here.
What are you doing there? Come back right now.
I've always believed what you said, and since Dad never disputed it, I thought it was true. But it wasn't. Aunt Sarah wasn't a freeloader. She's now a famous novelist and an amazing person.
What nonsense has she been filling your head with?
She didn't say anything bad about you. I figured it out myself.
Don't tell me you switched sides because you think you'll benefit from her. I get it. You hated staying in that hostel yesterday. Sure, there were no amenities, the walls were thin, and there was no privacy. But it's unbelievable that you'd leave your parents for that reason.
That's not it. If anything, I'm grateful to Dad for finding us a place to stay in this unfamiliar country. I went to apologize to Aunt Sarah.
Apologize?
For being rude to her, for believing all those lies.
What lies? I never lied to you.
You deliberately didn't buy Aunt Sarah's ticket, right? At first I thought it was a joke and laughed along, but then you said it was good she wasn't coming, and I thought that was strange. When I asked if Aunt Sarah was coming, you said it was a prank and she'd come later. And now look at our situation.
What's strange about that? You disliked Sarah too, didn't you?
I did because of what you told me, but now I see the truth.
You're being ridiculous. Come back to the hostel right now.
But excluding the person who gave us the vouchers is weird. Even a middle schooler can understand that. It's just not normal. So yesterday I messaged Grandma and Grandpa.
When did you do that?
The hostel had Wi-Fi. When I was little, Aunt Sarah was often at our house, right? I was a sickly child and frequently missed school due to colds.
Yes, Sarah was taking care of you in exchange for money. I had to hire her because novels don't pay much.
But that's a lie!
What?
Grandpa told me everything. Aunt Sarah never took money from you.
Your grandparents don't know what they're talking about.
Aunt Sarah was already a successful novelist back then and was actually quite busy. But she made time to take care of me when I was sick, and she did it for free.
You don't believe me?
I used to, but not anymore. Mom, why did you ask Aunt Sarah to take care of me when you were a stay-at-home mom?
I was busy with various things.
Grandpa said you were out having fun every day.
What?
Always splurging on designer brands and partying. But Dad never stopped you once because he believed a wife spending lavishly was proof of her husband's success.
Your grandfather is exaggerating. It wasn't like that at all.
Then why did Aunt Sarah have to look after me so often?
You're misunderstanding. Yes, I did go shopping, but that was because of social obligations with the other moms. I didn't abandon you.
But that means your relationships with other moms were more important than me, right?
Don't say it like that.
It's the same thing. I was always lonely back then. But because Aunt Sarah was there for me, I could endure it. Every time she came, she'd tell me all sorts of stories and stay by my side until I fell asleep.
Yes, you were happy, but...
Right? But you told me Aunt Sarah was only looking after me because you paid her. That all her kindness was just for money. I was shocked.
That's right. That's exactly it.
It's a lie. You're the only one insisting on that.
Jake, come back to the hostel now. We'll discuss this when we get home.
No, Mom. I'm staying with Aunt Sarah today. Dad just stays quiet, but I know better. He always shuts up when things get inconvenient. In the end, both you and Dad just don't want to be the bad guys. That's why you're accusing me of betrayal now. Mom, have you ever apologized to Aunt Sarah even once?
I've done nothing wrong. Why should I apologize? If anything, Sarah caused us trouble. Unless she gets us a sweet room in a super luxury hotel, I won't forgive her.
You're still trying to justify yourself. I realized what a fool I've been. I knew nothing. I apologized to Aunt Sarah and she let me attend the awards ceremony. Aunt Sarah is exactly the kind, admirable person I thought she was.
What?
When I saw Aunt Sarah on stage, I was certain she's an amazing person. She looked so cool speaking confidently in front of everyone, and after she came down from the stage, so many people approached her for advice, and she responded to each person carefully.
That plain-looking woman?
She's not plain looking. She's beautiful and talented and kind. She's the aunt anyone would be proud to have.
You're being brainwashed, Jake.
I was such an idiot for not seeing it until now. Aunt Sarah is sincere and a wonderful person. That's why I can't believe you anymore. No, I don't want to believe you anymore.
Hey, I'm your mother. It's a child's duty to respect their parents. Don't say such foolish things. Come back here right now.
I'll meet you for the return flight. Until then, I'm staying with Aunt Sarah.
What?
I've made up my mind. I need some space from you right now.
You can't do this to me. I'm your mother.
I've always blindly believed what my parents said. This overseas experience is incredibly stimulating. I barely understand anything anyone's saying, but that's what makes it fun.
So you're enjoying yourself more than me? Don't be ridiculous. I've been fighting with your father since morning and I'm in a terrible mood.
I see. But sorry, I don't want to see Mom for a while. I'll see you at the return flight. Goodbye.
Sarah, what's going on? Why is Jake with you?
What do you mean? Jake asked me. Is it so strange to fulfill my cute nephew's wish?
You should have gone through me first.
I did tell Tom as a formality, though I made it clear not to tell you.
You had no right to take my son without my permission.
He came to me, Amy. He wanted to talk.
Why are you doing this? If you can go pick up Jake, bring us along too. Do you have any idea how much we struggled yesterday?
That's rich coming from someone who abandoned the person who brought the hotel vouchers. Amy, do you understand your position? I told you I wouldn't forgive you. You dumped Jake on me and went off to cheat with some guy. You spent all the money I gave for Jake's lessons on designer goods.
That's all in the past.
Is it? It doesn't seem like you've changed at all.
I have changed. I'm a good mother now.
A good mother who lies to her son about his aunt, who tries to leave his aunt behind on a family trip.
Yes, it is in the past. So what? Don't tell me you think your actions have been erased.
My actions? What exactly have I done wrong here, Amy?
You're turning my son against me. You're ruining our family.
What? You're just a novelist. Don't act so high and mighty. Says Amy, who tried to hog the vouchers brought by this novelist. My, it's all your fault, yet you show no remorse at all. It's good I was able to attend the award ceremony without issues. But if I had trusted you and done nothing, it would have been a disaster. I've already told not just my parents, but yours too. At this rate, divorce might be on the horizon.
No way! Stop it! Tom would never agree to that.
Why not? Because he's such a devoted husband? I think we both know that's not true.
Tom loves me. He wouldn't leave me.
No, I've had enough of Tom pretending not to know. This time, I'm done forgiving him. My brother owes me, yet he's been silent all this time.
Owes you?
The only reason my brother could work at a big company is because he attended a prestigious university with money I earned. That university has strong connections with major corporations. I sent him there with money I earned from my novels.
That's a lie. I've never heard that story.
Why would Tom tell you that? It would ruin his image as the successful provider.
Tom never mentioned anything about you paying for his education.
If you didn't know, now you do. The luxurious life you enjoy is thanks to the novelist you look down on. Thanks to me, whom you tried to sabotage. To do something so petty without even knowing that. You're pathetic, filling your son's head with lies. You're the worst mother ever, and the father who turns a blind eye is just as guilty.
You're making this up to turn Jake against me.
Ask Tom, see if he denies it.
Wait, I'll apologize. Isn't that enough? Our flight back is the day after tomorrow. What am I supposed to do until then?
Stay at the hostel like yesterday. I like hostels too. You get to hear all sorts of stories.
That's impossible. Neither Tom nor I speak English. And I've lost my wallet since yesterday. We can barely pay for accommodation at this rate.
That's tough, but don't worry. I'll take care of Jake from now on. It would be cruel to make a child suffer. Rest assured. Oh, the return tickets are in an app, right? So your flight back should be fine.
You can't just take my son from me!
I'm not taking him. He chose to stay with me.
Wait, no way! What am I supposed to do until then?
I don't know. Money problems do make people less generous and more petty. Good luck. I'm cheering for you, at least in my heart.
Are you kidding me?
Not at all. Consider it a learning experience.
After everything I've done for you?
I was feeling really crappy, but thanks to you, I've got great material for a new novel. Thank you very much. When we get back, let me interview you about your penniless experience in a foreign country. Bye-bye.
Sarah, don't you dare ignore my messages! Send me the money!
Watch me.
Mom keeps messaging me, but is it really okay not to reply?
It's fine. Your mom needs to struggle a bit too. As people grow and learn more, it becomes harder for them to admit their mistakes. So they start telling lies without hesitation, but then no one believes them anymore.
I feel bad ignoring her messages, though.
You can reply if you want to. I won't stop you.
No, I think I need this space from her. I'm just worried.
That's understandable. She is your mother, after all.
What you said just now, does that mean no one will believe me either? I was fooled by Mom's lies and said terrible things to you. I'm truly sorry.
Jake, you'll be fine. You realized something was wrong and took action. You acknowledged your mistake and apologized on your own. That's difficult even for adults. It's very admirable that you could do that.
I still feel awful about how I treated you.
We all make mistakes, Jake. The important thing is that you recognized it and are trying to make it right.
You're really kind, Aunt Sarah. When I grow up, I want to be a solid person like you. To do that, I want to make the most of this travel experience.
That's a wonderful goal to have. I'll help you in any way I can.
Thank you. I never knew how accomplished you were. Mom always made it sound like you were struggling.
Well then, tonight I'll take you to a special party. I have lots of friends in this country. I've been invited to a home party. Want to come?
Is it okay for me to go?
Of course. The host would be delighted to meet you.
But I don't speak the language. Won't I be a burden?
Not at all. Many of them speak English, and I'll be there to help translate. Someone will pick us up, so wait a little longer, okay?
Got it. Aunt Sarah, thank you for always being on my side.
Always, Jake. That's what family is for.
Real family, not like what Mom was saying.
Yes, real family. The kind that supports each other through thick and thin. Tom and Amy, who reunited on the return flight, were completely disheveled. Apparently, they had left their belongings in the hostel and had their wallets stolen. They struggled to get theft certificates from the police station. Though they were able to stop their cards immediately, the cash never returned. They didn't have mobile payment set up for overseas use, so they barely got by with the little cash they had on hand. Also, Amy's parents found out about the incident and gave her a severe scolding, saying it was wrong to let her be a stay-at-home wife with so much freedom. They forced her to work full-time at a factory run by a relative. She's berated harshly every day and now works quietly, having lost all confidence. Tom was also furious with me and our parents and seems to have learned his lesson. He can't even look us in the eye now. I once asked Jake if he felt lonely without his mother at home, but he said she was hardly ever there anyway, always out and about. Now his daily routine includes coming to my workplace to study. It would be easy to cut ties with his mother after her rude affair, but for a child, parental divorce can be a life-changing event. So for now, I'll maintain the status quo and keep watching over him.